Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is almost 7:30 a.m. on the 25th of September. All the time. It is I, your host, with the most, the Gaming Skellington, and I am excited to announce the new video that I have been promoting for the last few days has finally been released last night. Enjoy it. I put a lot of hard work into that shit. You know, it's crazy to think how long editing really takes. Yeah, why don't you just burn me alive? Don't smoke, kids, just like I said in my Perfect Bird video. Of course, there shouldn't be any kids watching this because I say that this is not made for kids. This is adult content. And thank you, Infamous, for the idea of the adults are talking. I'm still probably going to keep it Let's Talk, but it's probably going to be Let's Talk, the adults are talking. That will be the segment. So two titles. Well, a title and a caption. Let's Talk Live, the adults are talking. And I love the Strokes, but for the longest time I really thought that song was called The Adulters Are Talking, not The Adults Are Talking. But then I had to reread it and realize that it's not what it seems. What is there to discuss this morning? You know me, I gotta pop into my Google News, feed y'all some information. I already fed the information about the new video. Go check it out. That's all you gotta do as far as that goes. At this point, there is no spoilers, so it's a Streets of Rage 2 revisit. Another video that I'm revisiting on my channel that I first played on this channel a long time ago, years and years ago. And I kind of gave up on it. I kind of gave up on this channel. I don't know. Right now I'm getting the support that I need. And that's from family and friends. I don't think I need any more support than that. So kind of dumb. I wish I could take this like away from the. So I can see the chat. There we go. Alright. Let's see what's in the news today, shall we? What do we got on the agenda this morning? Let's see here. what we know about the suspect in the ICE facility shooting in Dallas. Didn't even know there was a Dallas shooting. What a lovely country we live in, you know? Let's read about it. Because this is what we do on the Let's Talk session. We discuss things like current events, things in the past, things that we enjoy. We get a little bit of information every day.
I could also think this like an ASMR, where you have to listen to my voice really quietly, and it's supposed to be soothing and relaxing for you.
I heard something. Anyway, here we go. Here's the summary. Following yesterday's shooting at a U.S. immigration facility. See, I didn't even know about this. A detainee was killed and 2 others were wounded, looking for internet profiles that may help us find out more about the suspect's background. Why is that a key element right there? I don't understand. We've verified footage showing an apparent Ukrainian naval drone attack on the Russian Black Sea port of Tuapse yesterday. And we're looking at the data on sewage spills in England. After BBC learned that investigators only went to a small fraction of the reported incidents last year, BBC Verify uses open source intelligence, satellite imagery, fact-checking, and data analysis to help report complex stories. This feed is where we post our work throughout the day. Get in touch. Okay, you know what? I'm getting really sick of that whole fact-checking crap that the internet likes to do. So is that all the information that we're gonna get? I guess so. I don't see any more about it. Wait, maybe, no, this is about earthquakes. I guess that's the only thing we're gonna do. That's so dumb. I want to know more. I didn't even know there was a shooting yesterday in Dallas. While we're on the subject, tonight is Thursday Night Football. You know what that means? Busy, busy, busy. What else we got here on the news today? Trump's blast towards Russia and negotiating tactic, White House says. Oh boy, here we go. China want to take control again. China leads nations with new climate plans, defying U.S. climate denial. China announces plans for first ever emissions cuts, targeting 7 to 10% by 2035. Xi rebukes climate retreat by some countries in veiled reference to United States. New country pledges still fall short for holding global warming in check. So what the fuck does that mean? China led several countries in announcing new climate plans on Wednesday and offered a veiled rebuke of the U.S. president's anti-climate rhetoric a day earlier at the UN General Embassy. Addressing a climate leaders summit hosted by UN Security General Antonio Guterres, China President Xi Jinping styled in a live video message from Beijing that by 2035, his country would cut its greenhouse gas emissions by 7 to 10% from its peak. Is it just me, or does China seem like it's pretty fucking smart? I just don't know which direction this country's going right now. Trump says Secret Service reviewing UN escalator teleprompter. Oh, here we go with the escalator stuff again. God forbid a rich person has to use their feet. I don't think we need an investigation about it. I love our president, but I'm just picturing this. Him saying this. I want all of our escalators investigated right now. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to walk. I just think that's funny. Oh shit. Are we really gonna deal with this again? White House. This was 9 hours ago. White House Budget Office threatens mass firings if government shuts down. Are they seriously already talking about the government shutting down again? Didn't we go through this a couple years ago? White House Budget Office is telling federal agencies to prepare plans for mass firing in the event of a government shutdown. With instructions to target programs they are not legally required to continue. The directive outline of the Office of Management and Budget memo to agencies and obtained by CNN represents a sharp break from governments handling a past shutdown scenarios. Directive outlining the Office of Management Budget memo on agencies to obtain by CNN represents. Oh, I already read that. No, represents a sharp break from government's handling of past shutdown scenarios and escalation by Trump administration amid a standoff with congressional Democrats over federal funding. Oh, here we go, fighting over goddamn money. Here's a thought, America, stop spending all our money on this worthless crap like these stupid protests and these fucking parades. Don't make me go all Bernie Mac on you ass. America, pay attention. Okay, talking about the possible threat of another government shutdown. Isn't this country wonderful? The Trump administration's $100,000 H-1B fee help Americans get jobs. Well, I sure the fuck hope so. You know, it's pretty sad we as a country are struggling with work. There's so many people out there that have a strong work ethic that want to work, and they can't. But they'll hire Susie from down the street who has 10,000 followers on TikTok. Denmark says professional actor behind drone incursions over its airports. Well, you were right about one thing, Lil G. They are paying people to screw us over. It says it right here. It says Denmark says professional actor behind drone incursions over its airports. They're literally hiring people to fuck over the country. It's probably why we deal with the shit we deal with now, like traffic jams and bad weather. Jimmy Kimmel predicts Trump will try to sue ABC after rant about talk show return. He does no bad ratings. Jimmy Kimmel, just shut the fuck up, bro. I'm done listening to your shit. Hey, here's the fucking ICE shooting again. 1 killed, 2 critical condition, suspect shooter identified. Alright, here's the report right here.
Make tonight Cajun. Cajun night.
What the fuck? Come on, bro.
As an act of targeted violence. It is unfortunately just the most recent example we've seen of targeted violence.
One ICE detainee is dead and 2 more critically injured after a shooter perched atop a nearby building opened fire at an immigration detention facility near downtown Dallas. Hi, everybody. I'm Hannah Battah. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 4 at 4. I'm here now with Sean Rabb as we work through all the updates continuing to come in from this morning's shooting.
Yeah, here's what we know now is that police first got calls about this shooting just about 6:30 this morning. This is at the facility just off I-35, also known as Stemmons Freeway, not far from downtown Dallas. When Dallas officers got there, they found 4 people shot, including the shooter. The other 3 people shot were ICE detainees. 1 is confirmed dead. 2 others are critically injured. Earlier, authorities...
Okay, so they shot ICE members. Yeah, they shot ICE members. This is fucking wonderful. Yep. What a lovely country we live in.
said 2 detainees were killed, but they have since revised that downward. Police say 29-year-old Joshua Yan opened fire, striking an unmarked van at the Immigration Detention Center.
Okay, here's the only photo that we have right now of that suspected
That
shooter.
dude is 29.
This is a mugshot from 2015 for an unrelated arrest. This arrest was for possession
that
of
was from
marijuana
20
out of
that was
Collin
from
County.
2015.
Police say he killed himself before officers arrived today as he was perched on a roof of a nearby building.
Killed
The director
himself.
of the FBI has shared this picture of evidence found at the scene of ammunition with anti-ICE messaging. And starting this afternoon, we saw police and FBI carrying out searches at 2 homes possibly connected to the shooter. First was in Fairview, just south of McKinney, at a home in a neighborhood near 75 in the Sam Rayburn Tollway.
Yeah, the second was a home in Durant, Oklahoma. Authorities are there right now at the scene investigating. This is in a fairly rural area, just a few miles west of US 75. And that's where we're joined now by Fox 4's Stephen Dial, who's been following this police activity as it moved north from the scene in Dallas. Stephen.
Suspect, 29-year-old.
Hannah, we've been in Durant, Oklahoma for multiple hours, but we've just started seeing recent activity in the last 30 minutes. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see what's happening. Before you see the B-roll that we shot moments ago, you see a Bryan County Sheriff's deputy driving down this road. Behind it is a home connected to the suspected gunman in the Dallas ICE shooting. Now I want you to look at video that we shot less than 30 minutes ago. In that video, you see an armored vehicle coming in with a battering ram and other multiple federal law enforcement agencies, at least the ATF and
Go
FBI are
Trump.
here on the scene. Moments after they entered the property, we heard a loud bang. Could have been them breaching a door, could have been a flashbang. I don't know because it's so far away from this property, but more activity in the last 30 minutes here in Durant, Oklahoma. Now, earlier
motherfuckers
today, we
brought
were
an
in
armored
Fairview,
truck to
Texas.
this
That's
dude's
outside
house.
of McKinney. There is another property associated with the alleged gunman in this Dallas ICE shooting.
Hey, if you're gonna act like a
We
terrorist, you're gonna
actually
get
were on
treated like a
scene when
terrorist.
We saw what appeared to be family members arriving, and later the FBI and federal agents showed up at that location. Now, it's a quiet neighborhood, of course, like you typically hear with these types of stories. We talked to a neighbor. Take a listen.
And I went out to check the mail, and I saw Fairview police here and a few other cars, and I, started wondering what was on. And then my neighbor across the street from me had texted me and told me what was going on. And it's just, you're kind of shocked and amazed that it could happen that close to you.
So here back in Durant, Oklahoma, we are.
I've noticed that about a lot of these shooters, these active shooters. They don't come from like the hood or like a bad neighborhood. No, they're always coming straight out of these suburban fucking little neighborhoods that you wouldn't expect to see a fucking goddamn killer in. TV and movie always play it off as, oh, the bad alleyway, the bad neighborhood that's all crime ridden. But then they just look away. They look at the nice neighborhoods and no, nothing bad ever happens here. There's no bad people that live here. Little do they know. They do.
Finally seeing the kind of activity here. We don't know, what they may be finding inside. Again, Sky 4 flew high above earlier before federal officials arrived, but now later we can only see what this entrance to this long road is to that property. It's a property and then a shed type property also on the property that, documentation traced us back to connecting it to the alleged gunman. Again, we are waiting for more details, and so we're going to send it back to you guys for now, and hopefully we'll have an update soon.
All right, we'll check back in soon. Stephen Dow, thank you for the update. Well, again, this all started just after 6:30 this morning at that ICE detention facility in Dallas off Stemmons Freeway, right near Empire Central Drive. The moments during and immediately after the shooting were frightening for anyone who heard gunfire. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager joins us near the scene now. And earlier today, we spoke with somebody who was on the phone with a family member as soon as those shots were fired. Peyton.
Hi, Hannah. Yes, we will get to that in just a few moments, but this is about as close as we can get to the ICE facility here off of Stemmons Freeway. We were pushed back all day by Dallas police, but they have been relieved. And behind me, I'm going to have my photographer push in. We do have some Homeland Security vehicles blocking the entrance to this ICE facility. So, again, this is kind of where the media is staged right now, but we'll roll on some B-roll that we have been taking all day from the air, from the ground. Now, this is where the targeted attack started this morning at 6:30 a.m. A shooter was on an adjacent roof and fired at the ICE facility and also at unmarked vans in the Sally Port area. We know 3 detainees were shot, 1 was killed, and 2 are in a nearby hospital. Now, FBI is not releasing any information on the victims at this time. We know no law enforcement officers were injured. Again, no law enforcement officers were injured. Now, Hannah, this ICE facility is constantly open for law enforcement, but for some people, they come here for meetings with maybe family members or any necessary appointments. Take a listen to a witness we spoke to earlier today on scene.
Speak fucking English.
Now this woman was very emotional when we spoke to her. When we arrived on scene earlier this morning, she spoke to us in Spanish, but I'll paraphrase for you guys. She showed us pictures of that back area where these detainees enter and exit with law enforcement. That back area we know is where the shooting took place. Now this woman, she was here for a meeting with a family member. She got here bright and early and was in a parking lot nearby. When all of a sudden, she says she heard gunfire. It sounded loud. It sounded close, according to this woman, and she tells us she heard more than a dozen shots.
Yeah, well, say the shit in English. If your life is really in danger, then you'll speak English and you'll tell someone, hey,
remain calm and take shelter, and that's when SWAT entered the building. I also spoke to another man. Some of these people got pushed back to a nearby Burger King, got pushed back to a nearby Exxon Mobil, where there's a gas station nearby. A man was also here for a meeting, and he was here with his wife and also their child. So we know there was a child who was on the property here at the ICE facility. Again, not involved, but they were here for
there was a kid on the property, huh?
This facility
That's
does
fucking nice.
Open bright and early. So again, we know some people were waiting for a meeting or waiting for it to open when that suspect, that shooter, started opening fire from a nearby roof. That's the latest here from outside the ICE facility along Stemmons Freeway. Hannah, back to you guys.
Thousands of detainees go through that processing facility. All right, scary moments there. Peyton, thank you. Well, the deputy director for ICE appeared on Fox News this afternoon saying the shooter fired.
Yeah, you don't sound too fucking scared, Fox.
Indiscriminately into that facility. This picture shows the inside of the building. You can see a bullet hole in that framed American flag there. 2 bullet holes. Here's more from that interview.
I forgot.
But what we do know so far is that this shooter was firing indiscriminately throughout the whole building. And so this shooter was at a building nearby
Well,
and
people
shooting
always say
directly
that-
into the building, going across the entire length of the building, and then including into the Sally Port, which is then where we're seeing a lot of the focus of the investigation in that Sally Port area. But you saw the photos of the American flag and saw that this punctured into the facility. This could have put law enforcement officers in a very dangerous situation, and we're already dealing with casualties of the illegal aliens. That is a tragedy in itself, and we're praying for them and their families and the law enforcement officers that responded to the scene.
So just to be clear again, it was believed early on in the investigation that the Sally Port was specifically targeted, but you're saying that's not the case. The entire building was this assailant target.
We found bullets throughout the entire building that had punctured into the facility.
And I think that's an interesting
Bro, you're an adult, just eat the tomato. See what that does. Who's on first? I don't know. God damn. So, dude, what do you think about that shit? Did you even know about that? The fucking shooting at the immigration facility over in Dallas. The end is near, y'all. I hate to say it, but it's true. Oh yeah, while I'm on the subject, Lil G. I mean, obviously you just woke up, so you ain't seen it yet, but it's out. After 3 long fucking days of editing, it's finally out. What a world we live in, man. What a fucking world. You know, idiots. They both had their snap location on while they were cheating. Idiots. They're it's just that sad, cruel world that we unfortunately had to live in. That's another thing that's really big right now in this world is motherfuckers cheating on each other. There's no such thing as a happy marriage anymore.
Well, this time it was the guy sleeping with, once again, a female best friend. So now the guy living next to him is free. Well, like I said for years, it goes both ways. Bad dudes are the reason why good girls hurt good guys. And bad girls are the reason why good guys hurt good girls. Sad fact.
Very sad fact.
Guess what? Nobody's left to be good. They've all been hurt. It's very hard to be good once you're hurt.
Indeed.
You know, it'd be my one major flaw if I were to get in a relationship right now.
What's that?
Well, I trust her as far as I can throw her, no matter who. That's it. Because it could be, you know, the most trustworthy girl on the planet.
That's how I feel right now.
You know what I mean? I hate to be that way, but I've just seen too much stuff. I've done too much stuff. It's not just young girls that have boyfriends in high school. It's grown 30, 40-year-old married women. Been married for years, had kids and everything. Just meet a guy randomly one day and fuck up.
Yep.
Like,
The problem is half the time they don't. The significant other doesn't even know about it half the time.
there could be so many times. That's another thing that bothers me. There could be times that, not even just you and I, but in general, you've gotten cheated on, and all the times that you sit there and think about, oh yeah, I might have got cheated on, that's the one time you're like, oh no, I know that time I didn't get cheated on, I hurt that girl, and for all you know, she was cheating. Some girls are really good at
Circle of life.
girls even admitted it. Guys are stupid and get caught. Most girls usually if they get caught, they're just a fucking idiot like her. You know how she got caught cheating? She went and told her husband that she cheated. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
And what about that CEO of the AI company?
Alright, he just got it. That's technology for you.
Yeah, right.
Back in the 90s, that wouldn't have happened.
Oh hey, we're Coldplay. Let's see who's in the audience. Oh look, it so happens that there's a CEO cheating on his wife with his coworker.
And she probably had been accused of them before, or at least lied about it.
You know, I've heard the term "fuck your boss" before, but it's taken a whole new level now.
Like one of the ads on my football game was about an anime where you're, I'm assuming you're an Asian boss, I have no idea, but your employee is usually an Asian girl. You've got to turn her on without making her feel upset. It's just like if some of them, if you don't take her clothes off, they get mad. And then others, if you try to disrespect them, take her clothes off, this is too bad. What? Thought that was the whole point of this game.
Well, bro, I don't know if you heard, but I don't remember who it was, but this company got into contact with like all the like financial sponsorships, like Visa, MasterCard, like all them, and contacted like Xbox and Steam and all that shit. Hello? Okay, I'm about to... Alright, y'all, well, we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out Streets of Rage Revisit. Out now. Enjoy it. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you in tonight's stream.